Want your game reviewed or just want to talk about Overwatch or anything in general? Feel free to send me a message on Discord by joining my server. Link is in the description. From my experience, many players don't take advantage of Soldier 76 being able to rocket jump. There are many pads and areas which he can access and use to his advantage. In this video, we're going to be going over the useful rocket jumps Soldier 76 can perform on Hanamura. The first jumps we're going to go over are for when you're on the attacking side. At times, you may find yourself stuck at the choke on the first point of Hanamura. A good sneaky way to get past this choke and possibly grab a pick is to come up to the high ground on the left and rocket jump through the window in order to get on the other side of the choke. This is especially useful if you can manage to coordinate your ultimate with an ally Ana and you can surprise the enemy as they won't be expecting a soldier, let alone a nano boosted soldier, to attack them from such an angle. Using this jump is most suited for when you're looking to grab a quick pick and are struggling in order to get past the doors. If your team manages to synchronize their push with the time that you jump through the window, you may find yourself in a situation where the enemy team is too occupied with your allies in order to eliminate you right away, which gives you an opportunity to pump in some damage. After making it through the choke, if you manage to make it to the left side of the point, then you can utilize this jump in order to have high ground advantage while battling for the first point. This spot is good due to the high ground advantage as well as the cover it provides. This spot can be especially good if the enemy doesn't have any sort of vertical mobility, as you can keep yourself in a safe position while pumping out damage. It's a great spot to utilize and should be used more often when you have the opportunity to do so. If you haven't familiarized yourself with the advantages of high ground, I suggest you go and watch this video here. The link will be in the description if you'd like to watch it afterwards. A safe alternative to getting up here is to come to the bench and then jump onto the ledge and simply walk to the window where you can attack the enemies on the point. If you want, you can use the ledge to cover more ground and put yourself in a position where you can attack enemies that are coming to the point from spawn. Using a different spot in some cases may be a better alternative though, as pushing up here on the ledge like this leaves you in a position without quick access to cover. For the third jump, proceeding to point B, you can use this gap here on the left side of the map in order to flank enemies from an unexpected position. You can use this spot in order to help your team obtain high ground by killing anyone that may be trying to hold the top left entrance to the point. In addition, this is a good way to obtain high ground without any confrontation from the enemy team. You can also use this rocket jump to put yourself in a position in order to flank enemies. This position is also great to pick off targets, as enemies are typically only looking towards the main entrance or the top left area, which leads to the high ground, since those are the two most used paths when attacking point B. So moving on to defense for the fourth jump, a good spot to position yourself on for point A is up this building. In order to get up here, rocket jump up to this ledge and then run up onto the roof of this building. An alternative way of getting up here is using the side with the bench. Just rocket jump right by the bench and then jump onto the roof of the building and simply sprint up to the top. This spot is great as it gives you such a good overview of the battleground and puts you in a position where if the enemy doesn't have any vertically mobile characters, then you're in a good position to attack the enemies while being uncontested. For the fifth jump, we're going to be positioning ourselves here, similar to the last jump, except we're going to be facing towards the choke. You'll find a window with a ledge just underneath it. With rocket jumping, you can access this ledge and peek to the other side of the choke through this window and put in some damage. Most of the time, the enemy's focus will be on the main entrance, so you can potentially find a pick by doing this. You can take the spot even further by jumping again onto the high ground on the enemy's side, giving you a clear view of the enemies while giving you high ground advantage to keep yourself somewhat safe. If you manage to pull this off successfully and find yourself a kill or two and are in need of a way out, you can always rocket jump again back through the window to put yourself on the other side of the choke towards your team. For the sixth jump, this spot is generally good if you manage to stop the enemy team's push and they're waiting to regroup. If you have your ultimate up, this can be a really good way to sneakily get in some kills and put the fight in your favor. Similar to the last jump, you're going to want to rocket jump onto the ledge near the window, but this time instead of peeking the window, you're going to want to jump off the ledge and sprint onto the emblem on this door. After waiting for your Helix rocket to come off cooldown, you can then rocket jump again off the emblem and put yourself on top of the choke, giving you a great view of the enemy team. Generally, this spot is good if you have nanovisor, as you're attacking from such an unexpected angle, and if your aim isn't that good, then it can be a little bit difficult to pick up some kills here due to the angle of which you're shooting at. For the seventh jump, this is a great spot since it gives you an overview of all the entrances and puts you in a spot which are difficult to reach. This spot is generally good against team comps that aren't dive heavy or have snipers, as you can self-sustain yourself while being at a distance which is hard to kill you otherwise. From this spot, you can provide sustained damage for your team no matter which entrance the enemy team comes from, and there isn't really any way they can sneak up on you. You generally don't want to use this spot if the enemy team has a heavy dive comp or Hanzo or a Widowmaker, as the fights will be in their favor while you maintain this position. For the 8th jump, from this spot you can jump over to the ledge on the right side. You can utilize this spot as a way to hide yourself and surprise the enemy team after a fight is started. This can be a great spot for when the enemy team only has one more push, as you can hide yourself in this corner as the enemy desperately pushes for the point. You can use your ultimate to surprise them from behind, putting them in a panic state and taking them out as your team attacks from the front while you attack from the back. If you're looking to surprise the enemy, I suggest that you let them commit to the push first. Doing this puts them in a position where they can't really hide from you and gives you an opportunity to pick up some kills. So that's it for this video. If there are any rocket jumps on Hanamura that you think I may have missed, feel free to leave them down in the comments. If you like Overwatch educational content, then feel free to subscribe to my channel, as I'll be making more soon. Thanks.